Miftaah Online truly displays the vision of what Miftaah is, which is to be able to provide and convey knowledge to one and all, regardless of who they are and where they're from. Well, obviously we can't do that in our own classroom because many people do not have access to our classroom. So we decided that we will create and design this program and curriculum in which we can convey our traditional knowledge in a modern way. Knowledge that is traditional at its core, but in a manner where people can benefit from it regardless of where they are. And yes, there are videos online, and there are different types of motivational lectures that we can watch online. But Miftaah Online is a one-year course where we can actually sit and see our teacher going through texts from cover to cover and teaching us those subjects that can connect us in ourselves to the Quran. And that's what pretty much Miftaah Online was set out to do. And we do hope that it can complete that goal. Who is the program for? I mean, the goal of the program is that it's for anyone and everyone, regardless of their gender, their age, their profession, or else it wouldn't serve the purpose of being a Miftaah Online program. And fortunate are we that we were able to test this curriculum and this program last year on the students that studied the Miftaah Online program. And we had students from all across the board, from different professions, different backgrounds, and they were all able to benefit from this setup and the curriculum of this program. So yes, the program is inclusive to anyone that wants to study ilm. But I would recommend that, there was a time not long ago where we and scholars all across the world would have to travel miles and hundreds of miles to just study in a school, in a setup, and learn the traditional sciences for years. But luckily for us, with the advancement of technology in our societies, we are able to provide these types of setups in which people can sit in the comforts of their own home and study knowledge within its own tradition while being effective without losing anything. The only condition that knowledge has from us now is that regardless of how accessible it is, knowledge has the condition that we should definitely value it and commit ourselves to whatever days and time that we can give to it so we can truly benefit from it. And also have a certain amount of reverence and a true respect now for those scholars that, like our predecessors, that traveled miles to study ilm. It gives us another type of respect and honor for those people. The subjects that we chose for this one-year Miftaah Online program were handpicked so it can serve to the purpose of it, which is simply to understand the Quran and to understand what Allah is saying to us while we read it, recite it, and hear it. And I will say, contrary to the idea that many have, or the mindset of many, that the Quran can be understood by just learning Arabic. Yes, one of the most important and vital components of understanding the Quran is to learn the language of Arabic, but this has to be amended by other subjects that can give us the true context of the Quran and those verses that we are learning and reciting. So here, for the Miftaah Online program, we chose, of course, we chose the language of Arabic to be the core fundamental subjects that are being taught, the Arabic within its syntax and its morphology and its grammar, but connected with the tafsir of those selected verses and surahs, and more importantly, the life of the Prophet ﷺ and his prophetic traditions and narrations. Because the first place that we look to understand the Quran is the Quran in itself, and thereafter we're taught to look at the life of our blessed Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when we connect both of these aspects, the Quran in itself by the Arabic language and the prophetic traditions of the Prophet ﷺ, we are able to understand and comprehend the Quran at a level that is way beyond just the surface of it by learning the words of the Quran. I mean, I think I covered that in the last question, but if I can add to it, that definitely the immediate goal and objective of the program is to connect to the Quran and to the prophetic traditions of the Prophet ﷺ. So we know what the Quran is saying to us, and we are rekindling that fire that we should have set within our hearts with the Quran. But beyond that, I feel like the goal should not just be surface level for us. That now we understand the Quran, we understand the words of the Quran, alhamdulillah, we feel good about ourselves, that we've learned some Arabic, we've learned the traditions and narrations from the Prophet ﷺ, and naturally knowledge always makes a person feel good about themselves. But I feel like something that we have put within the fabric of Miftaah and subsequently Miftaah Online is that the goal of this program is that we can also, from learning these subjects and via these subjects, make our salat better. That now when we pray, we should have a different feeling in our prayer. Now when we open the Quran and recite Surah Al-Fatiha, we should feel a deep connection with Surah Al-Fatiha. And now when we are reciting hadith, yes, we understand, but we are able to implement that hadith at a higher level. That is the goal of this program, to make us not more knowledgeable people within that scope of knowledge, but also to make that knowledge equate into us being more practicing Muslims, and those individuals that can practice it and go beyond that and preach it and teach it to others and start this chain of knowledge that we were requested and ordered by the Prophet ﷺ when he said, "Ballighu anni walau ayah." And this is the main and the long-term objective of not only Miftaah Online, but for any knowledge that we are acquiring in our lives. And I hope that I can receive this benefit and all of you can see this benefit and feel it within our salat and all of our ibadat that we do to serve as slaves of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.